Moin, ça va?
Jag kan matta.
Ja, ja, klar.
English.
Okay, please take a seat. My name is Cryer.
Cryer.
I'm a social worker here.
Mm-hmm.
So, what is your situation?
Not a good one. I'm North American.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a high-level IT manager. I've worked for Formula One, Bank of America, Royal Bank of Canada, Bank of Montreal, delivered $6 billion worth of IT projects. I basically raised myself, went to Canada, went from nothing to the very, very top.
Mm-hmm.
I have two passports, UK and Canada. The UK caused me a political problem in Canada that had nothing to do with me, with a referendum 5-6 years ago when they were going to break up. So I decided to go to Germany just to start a new life. I worked for Sky Deutschland and SAP.
Mm-hmm.
Massive racial assaults because I was North American, didn't pay me, didn't pay my health insurance. It got worse and worse and worse. I ended up going to Heidelberg. I showed them all the evidence. And they said, you can't go back to that office, it's too dangerous. I mean, I was subjected to, forced to take drugs and all kinds of stuff. I said, this is SAP, this is not, it was unbelievable. So my boss was from London, calling me a nigger, racist, stuff I have never come across in my life. So I had to get a lawyer in Hanover, because when you're in a city in Germany, no lawyer will take on a big company in their own city. So I had my lawyer in Hanover. In Germany, you need to get a termination notice in order to say you're fired.
Mm-hmm.
When you have Sky Sports, I don't know if you've ever watched
Mm-hmm.
Sky, you know the presenters and the blue screen?
Mm-hmm.
I worked directly behind there.
Mm-hmm.
So I was delivering big projects. My client was Volkswagen. So my lawyer in Hanover proved that I was not fired from anyone. They didn't pay my AOK, which is completely illegal in Germany. You have an 8-week period. All my contracts were written wrongly. It was horrendous. So now they owe me a lot of money in compensation. A lot. So we set a date in October last year to go to the Arbeitsgericht.
Last year.
Last year.
Okay.
So what happened was 1 week before I get to I have to go to the Arbeitsgericht, I got attacked with baseball bats in the head. They stole my evidence. They closed. So when you work for a big company, you have to open a bank account with Commerce Bank. I had to go with AOK. They froze everything. They froze my crank account, closed my bank account, closed my credit card, stole my clothes, stole my evidence. And I ended up in hospital because I got attacked by people that I don't know with baseball bats, all within the space of 3 hours. There's no way that can be coincidence. In 3 hours?
Mm-hmm.
So my cranking geld was supposed to be 2,200, and I thought I can live on that until I get my compensation. I give them the laptops back, and we go our separate ways. I started to get attack after attack after attack, and it became so
Did you go to the police?
I have about 67 police reports of me being attacked. And the police basically said, you're not German, so don't really care. I had one lawyer in Munich who went to the Arbeitsgericht against Sky. I was given compensation. The lawyer took the money. I called the police. They said, he's German, you're not. He keeps the money. I said, how do I get my money back? Get another lawyer. So at one point I had 7 lawyers.
And you never go to the embassy?
Embassy, all they would do is, the problem is now is this is not 20 years ago, yes? This is 2018, we live in a very, very small world. There's SAP all over the world, and they're basically trying to blacklist me from jobs, right? So even if I go, your embassy will only pay for you for a flight back.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a world of Zing, LinkedIn, everyone's connected, yes? It's a tiny little world. You can't just travel somewhere and start again. So they are basically trying to destroy my career, trying to destroy my reputation, everything.
I don't understand why.
Because what I was subjected to and the evidence that I have, I took videos of everything that was going on, the cocaine, the drugs, the alcohol, the racism attacks, right? It's bad if you're talking about Sky Sports and Sky Deutschland. Not only that, if you consider This is the worst part, is that I was starting to get this salute from people I've never met before in Germany. And so what I'm saying is, we live in a world of IT. It obviously, whoever stole my evidence disseminated some of my evidence. So my face was known, my story was known, and it's like, let's just let this guy die on the street. I was given medication to help with concussion. I played ice hockey when I was younger, so I now have about 4 or 5 concussions, and I can't see out this eye very well because I got attacked and I was hospitalized in Cologne before the Arbeitsgericht. I have to be very careful with my head. So I went to all the ministries in Bonn. Bonn is the second capital of Germany, right? So I went to the Ministry of Justice, the Ministry of Defense, the Ministry of Police, everybody. All of them said, yes, I said, you can't close someone's bank account with money in it. It's illegal. All of them said, it's illegal, get a lawyer. And what was happening is, I was going to lawyer after lawyer, giving them money, and what would happen is, they would prove my case. When it's time to go to the Arbeitsgericht, you know what, you're North American, you speak English, it's all the way in Munich, I'm no longer your lawyer. 7 times. To the point I completely ran out of everything. I'm staying in hostels. I normally make about $140,000 a year. And it is now a case of, let's terrorize this guy to the point he either gives up. I was receiving death threats in Germany. It got horrific. So my friend in Bonn said, I can't watch this anymore. It's horrendous. So I'm a project manager. I wrote 1 month of what I have to do every day. There's a lot of high profile companies in Luxembourg, yes? Everybody's there. I wanted to come to Luxembourg under the radar, and I don't know if that's possible because Germany is right next door. And we live in an age of email, text, everything, right? I've now networked very well on LinkedIn, and if I get my normal life back in Luxembourg, they probably owe me millions in Germany for the evidence of what they did to me.
So how long are you in Luxembourg?
Sorry?
How long are you in Luxembourg now?
About 4 weeks. And the thing is my friend in Bonn was supposed to pay for accommodation whilst I go around and show people what I can do. People in Luxembourg, high profile companies were like, wow, you're a talented guy. I'm now getting exhausted because of scenarios that happened today. I don't know if he told you.
No,
So, okay, so I went to Hollyfels. The only reason I was in Hollyfels, I don't know if I'm saying it correctly. Hollyfels.
Okay.
So because I have literally.
At the Auberge La Jeunesse or?
Yes.
Okay.
So because I'm now out of money and credit cards and bank cards and everything, yes, I'm staying in places that I wouldn't normally stay. If you think I've delivered 6 billion in IT. So the last place I was in was Lusthosen Hostel. I came across a very nice lady who saw my situation, tried to help me out, paid for a couple of days there. So I'm against time. My friend in Bonn has kind of disappeared until next Friday when he gets paid. So I'm kind of none of these clothes are mine. All my clothes have been stolen. I'm on LinkedIn. I've gone for a few interviews. I have about 100 emails from high VPs and everything in Luxembourg that we're doing everything we can to get you a job. You're a talented guy. People are sending me meetings to go to talk to all these CEOs and everything. That's the level I'm at, yes? But I am being subjected to, the only thing I can say is terrorism. I've gone to a few hostels that was particularly bad. One in Esch and one in Hollenfels. All I will do is I will describe to you the situation that happened. That lady took me from Lusthosen to Hollenfels to rest, wait until I can get a job, and then I'm going to have to try and get 1 month to get my first paycheck. Maybe I get my life back in Luxembourg, then I got all my money back in Germany. Yesterday, I'm sleeping, I'm exhausted. I get a bang on the door, the manager opens the door, 2 police officers come in. I'm naked, I have no clothes. I'm like, do you mind? So they're like, oh, we had a call from the German police. We believe you've been attacked numerous times in Germany. They want your phone number. I'm like, so you burst in, I'm naked. That's about as inappropriate as you can get. And I said, you burst in my room. The manager has now walked away. I said, can I put some clothes on, please? Well, we need to, please go out and let me put some clothes on. So I put clothes on. I'm like, this is a joke. They said, well, we have a report here. I said, what's the report? I said, I don't know anyone in Luxembourg. No, it's from Germany. I'm like, for what? Yeah, but either you attacked or you've been attacked. I'm like, you don't even know. You come all the way here in the middle of a village to ask for my phone number whilst I'm naked? I said, no. And they went, oh, okay, yeah, you know what? All right, bye. And I went to the manager. I'm like, what was that? You can't do. If a guy did that to a woman, right? If I was a woman and I was naked, can you imagine? So there was a male and female police officer. I'm like, that is about as inappropriate as you can get. Go away, you're bothering me, blah, blah, blah. When I go to the toilet, the cleaners are coming in. Whilst I'm naked, I'm like, do you mind? Please.
What police was it, you know? Police from Mersch, Ettelbrück?
I don't know. They had a black uniform on and police written on
They
their back.
don't introduce themselves?
They refused to give their name, their number, anything. So they both entered my room. The manager disappeared. I had to demand that I put clothes on. And I said, what you're saying makes no sense. I said, you know for a fact I'm a high-level guy in Munich and this is all about money. You're harassing me. And at that point, they just opened the door and left. I didn't get their name, their number, nothing.
And you didn't give your phone number, I suppose?
No, because they stole my phones in Germany. I have a phone, but it has no SIM card.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, you've come all the way to a village for that. And then it was just constant. I go to the bathroom, someone stole my medication. And the same thing happened in Esch. I was in that hostel. The worst part was, I don't know if you know that Holland Fells youth hostel. So I'd washed some of my clothes. All the clothes, the only thing that's mine is that suitcase and one jacket. All the rest are from people like, I can't believe this is happening, here's something.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd washed a couple of things because I'm trying to stay as presentable as possible, yes? This guy was like, get off my site, making racist comments about I'm black. I'm like, black? I'm not black. I went to the plateau where you look over all the trees.
Mm-hmm.
This other guy from the manager comes out, get off the site immediately. I'm like, I'm not trying to cause a problem. I'm trying to figure out what to do. I got called nigger, black. I'm like, what are you talking about? Then he's like, get the fuck out of luck. Excuse my language, swearing at me. I'm like, this is unbelievable.
The manager of the hostel?
Well, there's the manager of the hostel and there's another manager who owns that castle part. So I put my clothes over the banister to dry the clothes that you saw me with, telling me to get the F out of Luxembourg. Then they hide my bags. I said, please can I have my laptop back? The laptop was only given. And it got worse and worse to the point. They're standing right in my face, screaming obscenities at me, and literally chasing me up the hill to the bus stop and then leave me alone. The same thing happened in Esch. Now the thing is, the closer I get to getting a job, the worse this seems to get. And it can only be coming from Germany. And the reason I'm saying we live in 2018, Luxembourg is a small place, yeah. Clearly someone has called them, and if they harass me to the point that I give up or I am exhausted. I'm really, really exhausted. If I can't get through 1 month of my normal job, my career is potentially over. And it's all coming from Germany and Munich. No, the thing is I raised myself since I was 10. I put myself through university. I paid for it myself. I started out as a project coordinator, business analyst, project manager, senior project manager. Biggest project I did, 700 million, Bank of America, Toronto. I'm trying to save. I have got to get to that Arbeitsgericht, not only to get the money back, but to save my career. Because there's no doubt in my mind, the bosses that I have are not an administrator. They're VPs or CEOs. All it takes is for 3 or 4 to shut you down. I couldn't get a job in Germany as a cleaner. Nothing. So I came to Luxembourg, go under the radar, do my job. Project management is like nothing to me considering on what I've been through. At the moment I was bouncing, I did have an address in Germany, but then when that scenario happened,
What's the last address?
was in Munich, in Germering. But I'm not registered there anymore because as I was running out of money and under constant attacks, I was bouncing city and city and city. I was in Trier, which is very close to here. 4 lawyers, all to get my money back. And the scenario kept happening, and it's literally to a case of, let's just obliterate this guy till he gives up, he's totally exhausted, or he, like, as an example, even that medication, if I don't take that medication, when you have a concussion, you're supposed to really rest. I'm being obliterated to the point I either give up, I die on the street or something, and this scenario that happened in Germany never happened, and we don't have to pay him, and he's gone. For me to be subjected to that in Holyfels, in a village that I've never been before, I don't know these people, it is really obscene. And I told them I'm quite scared now because I don't know what I'm up against. All these, if these companies in Luxembourg hear about this, I will not get hired. And that's what they're doing. There's zero doubt in my mind a phone call was made to that hospital to do that, because it makes zero sense. A Serbian guy was stood right next to me at that hospital and was like, this is insane, and walked away. So,
well, it's really kind of a story that you're telling me, and I don't know if we are the right place to help you.
no, I don't know. I literally went to I got off the bus. I tried to hang my clothes up that are wet. I am very, very tired. A French guy spoke to me, knew him, he called a guy, this is why I'm here.
But you never tried here at the embassy?
The embassy won't...
Consulate of the UK, or...?
Well, no, it wouldn't be UK or Canada, but what they will do is the Canadian embassy will pay for a ticket. They will not get involved in employment things. That's for sure. Right. So the point is, I'm not only fighting for my life, my career. The thing is, because I'm isolated and I am by myself, yes, I'm an easy target. Right? If I had a whole bunch of support, they couldn't do this to me.
And your friend is gone. He's a support or not?
I don't know if someone has got to him, because he's not a bad guy and he is not responding to phone calls. There was a very nice lady in Lusthosen who kind of knows my story, doesn't have a lot of money, and I'm literally trying to survive until I can get a job here and save my career. But I am the kind of behavior I was getting in Germany, I'm starting to get here as I get closer to a job. I received numerous LinkedIn messages and emails, almost lining up interviews, and as I get closer, this kind of behavior gets worse from people I've never met before.
So there's no option for you to return to Canada?
The thing is, even if I did, I don't know if I would get a job. My point is, 20 years ago, you couldn't do this. We live in 2018. Could SAP destroy my career in Canada? And I can't. Absolutely. So I have somehow got to save my life, my career, get that reference, not even a reference, just if the Arbeitsgericht go in my favor, and they would. I have enough evidence to prove it. They get the reference, I have my career back, and this behavior probably doesn't happen. What am I dealing with? Partially it's race, because me getting this salute in Germany, I don't know these people, but money. There's so much, we're talking, what I was subjected to was so bad, broken wrist, attack, this kind of thing. We're talking probably millions if it went to court. This is about money. And for me to be attacked by random strangers, we don't live 20 years ago. As I said, it's very easy to send an email, phone, and some of the evidence that I had was stolen. So they are trying to block me getting my life back by any means necessary. And I told the manager at Hollenfels, I don't know you. Why are you doing this? And it makes no sense other than someone called him. And I'm now concerned because I can't stop it.
Well, the first idea that I have now is maybe you will be good at a hospital.
Yeah, but I don't know. But I only have German health insurance, yes? I have no money, no nothing.
Yes, but that's not the reason not to have help here in the hospital if you don't have an insurance. There will be some ways to help you.
I'll be honest.
Hospitals here in Luxembourg.
No, I'll be honest with you. I'm terrified for my life because.
So I think an hospital will be a good place for you. Because we cannot help you on that point.
Yeah, my only
I
concern.
can give you addresses where you can sleep tonight, but that's all I can.
I'll be perfectly honest with you. My story is so bad, yes, is that in Germany, they're trying to make me look homeless, yes? That's the idea. You're homeless, if you tell this story, no one believes you, and you're gone. It's very easy to do that.
But that's not the point that I don't believe.
No, one second now.
Yeah.
My treatment in German hospitals was so bad. 3 of the lawyers was against 3 hospitals in Cologne when they were dealing with my concussion. I'm kind of nervous to go anywhere. I'm trying to hold myself together as a man, as a human being, to get one of these jobs. It's now scaring me, the treatment I'm getting in Luxembourg, from almost identical, or starting to get identical to what happened in Germany. I'm nervous to go anywhere, really, at this point. Really, I am.
So what's your option, mister?
Sorry, ma'am, I really don't know. I'm.
For me, the hospital is really the option. I can give you addresses, but that's for homeless people. So
Yeah, I mean, what I was going to say is even what they tried to do in Trier.